All right, welcome back. Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz helped Trump prepare for his debate with Kamala Harris, and he joins me now on the set to talk about tonight's big night. This is it. I mean, this is the last debate, in this election cycle, it seems. Kamala had no real answers in that debate. She just kind of prodded Trump. She didn't answer anything. She had a lot of help from the moderators. How do you think tonight goes with Tim Walz and JD Vance?
We want the debate tonight to be about the economy, the border, the crises we see going on in the world, and the crime that is increasing in a lot of America's cities. If the debate is about those things, JD Vance will win it. And in President Trump's debate, you saw him really reflect the frustration that Americans are feeling right now.
Yeah.
If you believed the vibes from Kamala Harris, everything is awesome. You should be really thrilled with not being able to buy a home or a car and having cashless bail result in the street in front of your home being unwalkable now. You see, JD Vance, I think, really has a touchstone with those key economic issues. So time of possession matters. Spend the debate talking about the issues beneficial to Republicans.
Yeah. I think one place that is an easy shot for Vance is going to be Walz with his military record. He claimed he carried weapons of war. He was never sent to a war zone. He kind of hinted that he went to Afghanistan or Iraq, never did. He bailed. And the truth of the matter is, the really bad thing is, you sat there doing it when it was easy for a long time, and the moment it got real, you ducked out. You went away.
I think that actually could be a bit of quicksand for Vance. Let me pose this theory for you, Rob.
All right.
If this becomes a debate about Walz, I don't know that you're really going to motivate a lot of people to go vote against him. The vacuum that exists in the presidential contest right now is about Harris. She's the one where you've really got to paint in Technicolor to showcase the socialist policies, to showcase her agenda as a DA, as an attorney general who is very pro-amnesty, pro-crime. And though, looking at Walz's record, you almost feel like you've got the opportunity of a mosquito at a nudist colony. I think if you continue to strike there rather than on Harris, you're actually missing the opportunity that is the most important in this debate. Remember, the persuadable electorate right now doesn't know enough about Harris. Walz will try to paint her in a positive light. I think Vance is going to go right after her record.
And the crazy thing, it's like, she didn't go. I think she missed a huge opportunity in not picking Shapiro out of Pennsylvania. I thought that was a huge miss. And what we're left with is you have Kamala Harris, who we know is this radical left person. And you have Tim Walz, who we know is this radical left person. And neither of them, there's no moderate there. And Tim Walz can run around and act like he's this suburban Coach Walz dad. Nobody's buying that because everybody can see what he's done with his state. His state has gotten eviscerated by him and his ilk, what they have done to it. People are moving out. He has all these statements in the past that were ridiculous, like the immigration statement we played in the A block tonight, where he just bring me as many refugees as you can. I'm just going to dump them all over my state, and it's going to be what is deserved. I don't know how he dodges any of that as they try to sell people this moderate change agenda that they're trying to pose themselves as. Who's going to buy that?
Well, I think change will be reflected in the two generations that you'll see presented. Remember, JD Vance is going to be the youngest person in any of these debates, and he's going to be able to talk about the future, I think, in a different way. And lucky us that Harris didn't choose the popular governor of Pennsylvania or the Arizona astronaut. Instead, she went with the George Floyd riot guy. That was the one
that's who she identifies with.
Yeah, but it
tells you about her.
But I think you actually leveled the criticism the way Vance ought to in the debate, is that it showcases that she's doubling down on who she really is. You see, they want to wax poetic in this campaign, but their hopes and dreams for the future don't pay the energy bill. They don't pay the grocery bill. Getting back to those economic anxieties and frustrations, the concern over the border, and I think foreign policy is going to play an outsized role in this debate based on the events of today. And for Republicans, the foreign policy question really serves as a metaphor for the broader failures of Biden and Harris to meet the moment over the last 4 years of crisis.
Yeah.